What's up, comic book nerds? It's me, Lance Excalibur, with the Aficionados, and we do have a comic book review today. But before we get started, I wanted to say check out Little Ren, our expert cosplayer, and also the epic Manga Night are going to be showing up at MomoCon this weekend. So if you guys are in the Atlanta area, check these guys out, take some pictures with them, hang out with them. They're going to be cool and awesome and having some fun. So just join with them and have some fun there. So, but to get to the comic book reviews today, he was an imposter. It wasn't me. Trust me. The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 1. Guys, I know I'm really late with Amazing Spider-Man 1. It's already been out for what, 2 weeks now? So please forgive me. I've been busy reading and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But let's get in it, okay? Amazing Spider-Man number 1, let's go. The first page starts as a prelude to when he first got bit by the spider, and he's all like, ow, I got bit by the spider, it's really hurts, ow. And then it goes into something that we have not seen, that the spider actually bit someone else. So, and of course it's a woman, and we already know the speculation that this is we don't know if it's going to be a hero or a villain named Silk, right? So they're going into that, so that's actually pretty sweet. I can't wait to see where they go with this. And enter the sea villains, the menagerie. We have the bunny lady. Hello there. We have the panda and hippo. Where they kind of wreaking havoc in the middle of the street. People are running around. Hippo has a car over his head. It's crazy pandemonium going on. And at the very bottom, they have where this guy, he has a baby strapped to his chest, and he's about to fall over on the baby. And then, of course, Spider-Man swoops in and saves the guy. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, this part freaked me out because this little 6-month-old little man right here means everything to me. So if something had happened to him, that would have been bad. So Spider-Man instantly earned some points in my book. What are you looking for? What is over there? Is it Spider-Man? Is it Spider-Man? It's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man. So Spider-Man catches up to the bunny lady, he shoots his webs at her, and she drops her Fabergé eggs, and Spider-Man says, that's what you get for putting all your Fabergé eggs in one basket. Can I get a high five? No? Okay. And then the Rhino jumps on the scene, and he picks up this car. He's like, I'm gonna get you with this car, Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man's all like, whoop-dee, and dodges the car like Spider-Man always does. Who gets hit with a car? You move out of the way. That's what you do. If somebody throws a car at you, you move out of the way. You do this. You don't let them hit you with the car. You get out of the way. That's what Spider-Man did. He got out of the way. Now, this is one of my favorite pages where Spider-Man lands on the glass door of the building, and he's butt naked with like some webbing underwear on. Now, look at the crowd. Everyone in the crowd is like, ew, oh my God, what is going on? This is crazy. And then you got that one freak in the background, that one freak that's like, delicious. So they go back 4 hours earlier to try to explain why he's naked. And Peter Parker is having a press conference about his business, and he's explaining, yeah, you know, this stuff happened. I'm no longer dealing with Spider-Man. He's not my homeboy anymore. We're not getting down with him. I apologize. And of course, Aunt May is like, I approve of that. That's what you should have been doing. And then of course, J. Jameson is like, man, what the hell is going on with you, bruh? Why are you tripping? You've been tripping lately. And so then, you know, of course, Peter's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to tell him. You know, like, Doc Ock entered my brain and took over stuff. What am I supposed to tell them? I don't know what to tell them. But of course, he's looking at the silver lining, and he's saying that, hey, at least I'm waking up to my own company. That's awesome. And Aunt May is walking again. I mean, what can I say? Doc Ock actually did some good while I was gone. And enters Anna Maria, my favorite character of the whole series. She's looking for Peter, aka Dr. Otto Octavius. She's trying to find out what happened to him. She kind of disappeared on her, trying to find out what's going on. And of course, she finds a letter with a ring. Dr. Otto Octavius was about to marry her. She was about to ask for her hand in marriage, which I think that's kind of pretty badass. But let's see where this goes with Peter Parker, because that's some drama, dog. And then of course you got some Some action scenes with Electro. You know they had to add Electro in there. They just had the movie. The comic book came out the same week the movie came out. So they had to put Electro somewhere up in there doing some craziness. So Electro was in there going wreaking havoc. And of course he looks exactly like the Electro that's in the movie, which is awesome. I think it's awesome. It's awesome, right? You also have the Avengers in there shooting some stuff, still fighting off the robots from Superior Spider-Man, which is cool. And then of course you have the fall of Jonah Jameson, where of course he just screwed his life up like he always does. And you got Jonah Jameson in a press conference saying, it ain't my fault, it's everybody else's fault, like Jonah Jameson does. He's mad, he's angry, and let's just face it, Jonah Jameson's a loser, but they gotta keep him in there because he's the guy that we love to pick on, so we gotta have Jonah Jameson. So of course he's no longer mayor anymore. He's trying to go back to the Bugle, but of course the Bugle betrayed him. Sorry, bruh. Now, Peter Parker has some awesome, amazing projects that he was working on, what Dr. Otto Octavius was working on, and he has to find a solution to it, but of course he can't find a solution because it was Dr. Otto Octavius' project. So he's saying to himself, man, how can I figure this out? I am a genius, so I know I can figure this out. I just got to figure it out. Take him to the room with all of his Spidey suits because, of course, he has to get rid of all of his Spider-Man paraphernalia because he's no longer affiliated with Spider-Man in the public. All these awesome suits has to go to waste. I mean, look at these suits, man. I mean, come on, man. Come on. You got like some amazing... Is that the Venom suit? What is the Venom? Like, that should be locked up in a container. It's Venom. Like, I don't get it. I guess it's just a suit, right? I don't know. Who knows? And of course, he picks up his classic red, white, and blues because, I mean, it's the Amazing Spider-Man. We don't need no gadgets, which I really wish he would use gadgets. That's the one thing I love about Doc Ock. He used his gadgets. He had a brain. He was a super genius. He used his gadgets with his powers. Why wouldn't you do that, Peter Parker? Why wouldn't you use your gadgets with your powers? You're supposed to do that. You're a genius. Peter Parker's a genius. Why you ain't using his gadgets? I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. But whatever. Amazing Spider-Man's back. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. And then booyah, he's swinging into action. Now, this is one thing I love about Roberto Ramos. He's really good at dramatic scenes. I love this scene with Spider-Man swinging into action. It is awesome. It is colorful. It is beautiful. And it brings back the tone of the original Spider-Man, which is kind of awesome. That's what we're looking for. I guess that's what we're looking for if you wanted Peter Parker back, which I still think Dr. Otto Octavius needs to be the Spider-Man. But hey, Peter Parker's awesome now. You know, he saved the baby. Remember the baby? It's kind of cool, right? Right. And of course, the crowd are like, you're a creep, we hate you, Spider-Man, you suck, go back to wherever you came from. You know, because of what Dr. Otto Octavius did. And the Spider-Man, like, it's all good. I gotta correct the wrongs of Dr. Otto Octavius anyway. So, you know, I got a new lease on life. I'm just happy to be alive. And then right here, you have Black Cat in the Shadows. At least I think it's Black Cat in the Shadows. Like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. Because if you remember, Dr. Otto Octavius messed her up. Pa-pow! Pa-pam! Like, webbed her to the wall and she was done. I'm like, wow, like, why? Dr. Otto Octavius, he was ruthless, man. I mean, if he wanted to get you, he'll get you. And then enters the Gypsy Moth, and she corrects us by saying, it's Ski now. I don't go by Gypsy Moth anymore. And then a bunny lady says, we talked about this. It's the miniature white rabbit, hippo, panda, moth. It's an animal motif. And once again, Spider-Man swings into action. I hear that more teeth, more problems. Am I right? Can I get a high five for that, guys? Huh? 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 No? No, still no high fives. Okay? Okay. So Gypsy Moth immediately starts to use her powers to, like, unclothe Spider-Man, which is a weird power, right? You just kind of take off people's clothes. That's what you do. You just take off people's clothes, because that'll make them surrender. So as that's happening, Spider-Man, of course, gets butt naked, but nothing but his mask. His mask is still on because, hey, let's face it, we can't know who Spider-Man is, so everything comes off with his mask. So he immediately, he puts on some webbing underwear because that's what he likes to do. And of course, the Avengers see this, and they go, okay, Cap, I'm convinced. That's Parker. And he's completely back to normal. How can you tell, Jess? Because that can only happen to him, which is kind of true. That can only happen to Peter Parker. It wouldn't happen to nobody else but him, right? So, of course, the Avengers see that he's back to normal. And everybody in the city is laughing at him. They're having a good time. And then even Mary Jane at the very end, she looks at it on the computer and she kind of turns away and smiles and says, idiot. So everybody kind of seeing that Spider-Man is back to normal because that's what he did. He had fun. He caught the bad guy, but at the same time, he made you feel good inside. That's what Peter did. Dr. Otto Octavius, he just beats up the bad guys, busts their nose open, and then goes home. But Peter Parker, he makes you feel good, he makes you smile a little bit, and he catches the bad guys, you know. So I guess we can say there is a place for Peter Parker. Glad you're back, bro. Thanks for making us smile. So Spider-Man already dealt with Hippo. He's about to catch Panda. He caught her, webbed her up. So then the old lady stops him and says, hey, young man, you stop all that nakedness. Who do you think you are? Miley Cyrus? I ain't gonna lie. That actually was kind of funny. I actually like that one. Like, you gotta give us a high five on that one. That was actually pretty good. I like that. So of course he's swinging back home. He's like, man, this isn't my best day, but you know what? It's my day. So he swings in, he tiptoes inside, puts on some clothes, steps into the living room, and then, oh snap, Anna Maria, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. He's like, oh, Anna Maria, what you doing over here? I mean, I was in a room the whole time, you know, kind of being quiet and sleeping. I'm pretty sure you probably didn't see me. And then of course she says, why haven't you told me you were Spider-Man? Oh snap, Anna Maria know it. I feel like every girl that Peter Parker deals with, of course, knows he's Spider-Man at some point, right? So, you know, Gwen Stacy, you know, Mary Jane, Anna Maria, which I hope he stay with Anna Maria because I like Anna Maria. She's kind of cool. And then, of course, she tries to say, I'm not Spider-Man. What you talking about, girl? You tripping. And she's like, you got 3 freckles under your belly button. I know you Spider-Man. He's like, oh snap, to be continued. Dun dun dun. And that is the conclusion of issue 1 of The Amazing Spider-Man, which was epic. I really loved this episode. It was fun. You really got the sense of Peter Parker. And I think that is the one thing I really took for granted. Like that character of Peter Parker that we don't really consider until he was gone for so long. You saw Dr. Otto Octavius, you know, but you know, that character of Peter Parker, he makes everybody feel good. It was awesome. So I give this issue a 10 out of 10. Because it was fun. It was good. Comment down below. Let us know what you guys thought about the first issue of The Amazing Spider-Man, of the return of Peter Parker. And also remember to, guys, this weekend, hang out with these guys if you guys are going to be joining MomoCon and you are in the Atlanta area. So tune in next time, guys, as I review the next episode of The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 2. Once again, my name is Lance Excalibur with the Aficionados, and I will see you guys next time.